to see Haley Bonner.
We came to see Cantus.
We came to see Sounds of Blackness.
We're very excited to see a world premiere opera.
I love the Ordway, love seeing shows here, and can't wait to see the new part of the building.
The Ordway is just a jewel.
You could go to something every night, you know?
The Ordway!
In Korea together. What's your name?
Eugenie.
Pardon?
Eugenie. Fancy French pronunciation and all.
The Ordway Center for the Performing Arts is a place in downtown St. Paul where all the artists and audiences from around Minnesota and around the world come together. Distinguished resident companies, the Minnesota Opera, the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, the Schubert Club. The Ordway has its own musical theater season, a world music and dance season, a famous international children's festival, and that's just for starters. The Ordway Center for the Performing Arts really was the vision of one person, Sally Ordway Irvin, a lifelong resident of the St. Paul area. From the time it opened in 1985, the Ordway was envisioned as the home for its resident companies. And from the very beginning, as everybody got busier and busier and more fully developed as companies, the music theater got more and more crowded till there wasn't time for everything that everybody wanted to do.
I guess it started in 2005. So now it's 10 years.
The exciting part, what can we really do together as four organizations? How do we make it really live on?
And the will is there, not just amongst us four, but amongst our own staffs and amongst our boards to really make sure that what we have now goes forward.
And I think meeting regularly is really an important part of that. The Arts Partnership is a strategic alliance among the Ordway and the principal other users of the space, which are the Minnesota Opera, the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra, and the Schubert Club. So we decided together that if we formed a partnership, we could solve the time problem by building the concert hall and help to solve the money problem by establishing an endowment fund that will support all four of the organizations. A fairly unusual collaborative approach.
It was the arts partners who had the idea of transforming Mcknight into a concert hall. And they came to us, and the two questions were, can it fit? But the other question was, can it work with the beauty of Ben Thompson's original design?
So the concert hall literally is the same as the stage of the Mcknight Theater. Only now the concert hall seats 1,100 people, and the Mcknight had 306 seats.
The design for the new concert hall begins with something that was the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra's idea, and that is that they wanted to wrap the audience around the platform, around the musicians. So literally, you're creating a room where the audience is embracing the stage. And so we wanted the use of wood, the warmth of the material to sort of reinforce that embrace. So there is really very sophisticated integration of aesthetics and acoustics.
We've worked very closely with musicians and the arts partners here at the Ordway Center because they all have a perspective on the type of sound that they're creating. It's important to have a mixture of different types of surfaces or shapes. There are some flat, planar wall surfaces, but there are also some very heavily articulated surfaces. The ceiling's been very carefully designed from an acoustical standpoint, but the curves are actually part of an articulation that responds to the other things that are behind it, and also the need to create a top to the room that makes sense aesthetically and really helps bring the audience onto the stage. I hope that audiences and performers experience a sense of shared joy in the music making.
The creation of this concert hall, it's an utterly transformational moment for the SPCO and for its relationship to the community and the community's relationship to it.
This has been the most amazing adventure. So I would like to toast the builders of the new concert hall, all the builders, and all the partners, the opera, the Schubert Club, the chamber orchestra, the Ordway itself, and especially the builders of the music to come, especially the artists of the St. Paul Chamber Orchestra. Hear, hear. Welcome home. The campaign has raised more than $83 million. The largest single gift was from the state of Minnesota. Then there was a gift from the city of St. Paul. In civic leadership, it took a miracle, really, which was the miracle of the Arts Partnership.
Here's what I think is so important to emphasize. Why the two halls are designed the way they are now is that the music theater is probably one of the most beautiful theaters anywhere. The art form that happens in the music theater now, Broadway, opera, it has enormous theatrical capacities. And the miracle of the concert hall is that it's designed to do what chamber musicians require. The SPCO today is one of the most dynamic and vibrant music ensembles in the world, in no small part because we have the pleasure of playing in this fantastic new concert hall at the Ordway, which is just a total dream come true.
Beethoven's Eroica Symphony, of course, is a perfect piece for us to open the hall. SPCO learns this monumental piece on its own without a conductor, and it was a real journey for us. I think the additional responsibility especially for the concertmaster, but also for the principals, is to get a sense of what they want to express with the music. So where it's all going, what the most important parts are, where to take time, where not to take time.
We can stay closer to the string, right at A, just strings. More sound.
You listen for things like blend, and I mean, especially in the strings, because there's so many, and
you just start exploring it together, and it becomes an intuitive thing, and that'll take a couple of years, but we'll be in this hall for a long time. When it really starts to get exciting is when everyone's listening to the same things and responding. And you can feel that. I think the audience can sense that. That's a very intangible thing, but a very important part of the chemistry of a group is how well they listen to each other.
The sound is so intimate because you and the musicians are in the same room. It is the essence of chamber music because you're in the same chamber. And it is like being in the orchestra. Plus there is this magic effect. It's almost as though you can see the notes. They're so clear. It's just spectacular.
We get to play a whole season of concerts in this miraculous building. Every single artist, and we bring a lot of international artists, famous Americans, but famous Europeans, and they're in awe of what this hall allows them to do. It's like putting a great instrument in everybody's hands.
The two halls are very, very different in their artistic, aesthetic sensibility. Both of them beautiful. I have always loved to be in the Ordway Music Theater. I mean, the sconces, the seats, the colors, the warmth of that hall, the sort of Egyptian motif that goes around the proscenium. It's beautiful.
Putting together anywhere between a 2 and a 3 hour opera is quite a harrowing task.
It's the acting, it's the music, it's everything coming together to tell a story that hits upon all of our human natures at some point.
The Manchurian Candidate is a story from the Cold War era. It's about a young soldier who's been brainwashed by the communists and sent back to the United States to kill the presidential nominee.
Now, very clearly, tell me what it is they want you to do.
We've been interested in the story for a very long time because the original movie of it contains characters that we would consider operatic.
That I would not gladly give myself, my life before liberty. When you hear my life before liberty.
The music of Manchurian Candidate is composed by American composer Kevin Putz. There's all sorts of very patriotic sounding music. It's in the political spirit. You can just imagine the big American eagle fluttering its wings and that kind of feeling. But then also when he gets down to just individual characters or very small groups, a lot of propulsion as if you are looking at the music that's inside someone's heart.
And this guy, but he had a beard. We can stop now.
Performing on stage at the music theater, it feels like home to me. It's the place I've performed most as a professional. Kevin Putz has written a beautiful, sensual, mysterious aria for me to sing in the first act. So it's pretty lovely to play my role. Right now, we're in a golden age of new American opera. There's this perfect storm of necessity, of interest, of curiosity, of movement forward in opera. And the most incredible thing is that not only is that happening throughout the country, but Minnesota Opera is on the vanguard of that movement.
We pride ourselves on the freshness of our productions and the creation of new works. We put together a program called the New Works Initiative, which had 3 world premieres, which was Silent Night, which won the Pulitzer Prize for Kevin Putz, Doubt, which is based on the Pulitzer Prize-winning play, and then finally The Manchurian Candidate, also by Kevin Putz and Mark Campbell. We also had 3 revivals of recent American work. 2 of those pieces were from Dominic Argento, who of course is the patron saint of music here in Minnesota. And then we also revived Wuthering Heights by Bernard Herrmann, which I have to say Manchurian Candidate owes a lot of gratitude to Bernard Herrmann, who wrote all of those wonderful Hitchcock scores. And then we also did a co-production with a European company, Pinocchio. It was a 7-year program, and Manchurian Candidate is the last of that. There are no other companies in the United States that have committed to these large-scale works. We put them in our main stage season because our audience loves it and are proud of this work. To have the world premieres here at the Ordway means the world is watching Minnesota.
Having been deeply associated with the Schubert Club for years, being a subscriber forever, the idea that we now have the concert hall for some of our younger but enormously promising musicians.
No, it's
You're the big
a
beneficiary.
huge benefit to the Schubert Club. We're able to feature the talent that is here in our community.
Sortite fuori di questo loco.
Schubert Club was started in 1882. We are the oldest performing arts organization in the state of Minnesota. The Schubert Club is best known in this community as a music organization which presents recitals and chamber music performances of the world's great, the biggest name international stars in music. But we also have a museum, and we also present many other concerts, many of them featuring local musicians from here in the community, and we have a great passion and commitment to music education.
Carol of the Bells. I played it like every single time I go on the piano.
We have a program called Project Cheer, which begun in 1969 and has been run in the Hallie Q. Brown Center in St. Paul as a program offering free piano and free guitar lessons to children who probably wouldn't get the chance to have private tuition if they didn't have this program.
I've been taking lessons for 6 years, and I'm 12 right now. After every lesson that you have, you get one stamp. This is probably 2 years.
Ready, slow. G, A, B, C, D, C.
The most important thing to me is to have a positive after-school music experience. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Stop for just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
yes. Okay.
Joanna, she's been really encouraging to me. She's helped me to see that I want to continue with music and make something out of it. Project Share is fun!
In having been a part of this program, I think that it does so much to round out an individual.
We're gonna look at all 3 of these together, you guys, and we're gonna add all of them up. So if you think you know the answer, raise your hand.
2 eighth notes are 1 whole, so that would be 2. I think 6.5.
Oh!
When we see young people working so hard, practicing many, many hours a day, I think it's important for us as an organization to provide the very best opportunities for young people to actually be featured and the work that they've been doing to be celebrated.
This recital was for the winners of the Schubert Club competition. Every winner from each category gets to play a piece.
The Student Scholarship Competition, which began back in 1922, offers today over $50,000 worth of prizes to young musicians up to the age of 30 in different classes, different age groups.
setting for chamber music. It was built specifically for the orchestra. It was great to learn how that hall sounds, and I think it's great for chamber music and solo work, so I enjoyed it.
La?
It was particularly special to celebrate on this magnificent stage in this concert hall. Their faces just said it all when they came off stage.
Each year I've attended that winner's recital, I have just been blown away by the quality of the kids who are performing for us. It really warms your heart to hear not only the quality of the music making, but the enthusiasm and excitement it brings to their young lives.
I hope the concert hall will be a welcoming space for audiences of many generations and also many cultures, because our city is so diverse culturally, and the music of those cultures can be represented here beautifully.
Cantus is a men's vocal ensemble. We're based right here in the Twin Cities, and our vision is to give voice to the human experience. We're telling an amazing story about the role of music in the fall of communism in the Baltic states, in Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. I think what's really a testament to the amazing acoustics in this space is that the sound in the hall itself changed very little based on where we were standing.
There's hardly any limitations on what the human voice can sound like in a hall that's this nice.
Performing on this stage, it really was like a dream. When I think of the Ordway, I think of classical music, opera. So I think it's a smart move to bring in other acts, but I also think that keeping the integrity of this performance space is key to making that successful.
Just a little while longer. Fight on just a little while longer.
Tonight's audience is reflective of one of the goals of Sounds of Blackness, which is to bring together people of all backgrounds through African American music.
Like butterfly, you can do most anything your heart desires. Anything your heart desires. Yeah. Freedom comes with understanding who you are. Who you are. It's time to reclaim your place among the stars.
It was so gratifying to see everything from preschoolers to seniors enjoying the music and continuing the tradition, because the music lives through the continuance of people experiencing it.
We are the drum.
The Ordway is just a perfect symbol of how this community values the arts.
The partners of the Arts Partnership have and will continue to bring great artistic success to the Twin Cities.
You draw the audience in with you,
and you can play in a way that's so intimate and so personal.
The world is better with music, always.
The Ordway has a sense of occasion about it. When you've been to the Ordway, you feel like you've been somewhere.
This program is made possible by the state's Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and the citizens of Minnesota.